Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Metal Magdalene with Jet right here on Metal Messiah Radio. Tonight we have a special guest with us. We have Rafał Piotrowski, the singer in Polish metal band Decapitated. Welcome to the show.
Hi to everybody. Hi.
So, you joined the band when Vag reformed after Vitek's death, and you came in as the singer due to Coven's incapacity to perform at the time due to his injuries suffered in that crash. So, now, it's always hard for a band to replace a singer, but what was it like for you taking over the duties, and how were you received by the fans?
I can say it wasn't easy, At the beginning, it was 2010, I remember, and Vog decided to go back with the band. So, I was the first singer after the bus crash, after all the bad things happened. So, people, they were expecting something, but they didn't know what to expect because, of course, there's like one original member, three new guys, and I was at the front. So all the complaints just went to at my front, you know what I mean? Like people started to compare me to the previous singers like Sauron, The Pig, or Kovan. Of course, I love them vocals. I decided to do something different. They used to do in Decapitated and choose my own way, more hardcore vocals. Maybe it wasn't my kind of, turn to do it right. And how was it? It was tough as fuck, I remember like first shows, people just coming to me, hey man, it's not the same, it's not the same like voice anymore, like you should sing like Kovan, you should sing like Pig, I always, but I'm not what I'm doing, and I think I'm doing it on my own way, so I try to like keep the things right. And of course, there is still like Wacek, the main composer in Decapitated. So we still feel like the spirit of Decapitated they created in the past with Vitek and all the guys. So it was kind of helpful for me, because I felt this is the same band, but under the different songs and different a little bit sound, but still the same spirit. And this is the main, I think, thing we do. We still try to continue this, so I can admit it wasn't easy, but I think we at least was, now it's okay, people accept it, and of course you have to earn the respect from the people. I was like new, it's like military, service. You go, you're fresh, so everybody pointed you, hey, you go away, blah, 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 and then you started to mosh more, like playing shows. You convince people to trust you, and this is the point.
Now look, as soon as you got in the damn band, you started touring right away, so that must have made it even all the more exciting for you, so people could point at you everywhere you went. Yeah,
I can say like I was shitting my pants at the first show. The first show we ever do was Poland. So it was kind of easy, because it was my country, so people knew that it's the beginning of the new Decapitated, members, so it was okay. But the first tour we made was like Cataclysm and Decapitated. We went to United Kingdom, UK, so in the past it was one of the main markets for Decapitated, so people were like crazy about our return, so big expectations. And I remember like first day I stand on stage and I saw all these people, just waiting for the first sound. It was like, oh my fucking God. Yeah, but it was, it was a lesson, I had to like, cope with that. And I think I did. So it was like, for sure, it's a cool experience, make you tough.
Well, I was going to say, at least you got it over with really quick as soon as you got in there. And then you guys came over here for the Summer Slaughter, too. Now, was that the first time you ever played here in the United States, you personally?
Yeah, for me, yeah. It was the first time. It was like crazy tour. So many bands. I remember we were playing as a headliner, so it was like 11 p.m. going on stage, waiting a whole day. 40 shows in a row was cool, yeah. Great experience. Like for the first time touring US, perfect. Amazing touring, good bands. I remember Animals as Readers, also Parish, Faceless.
Oh yeah.
With a former lineup. I mean, like former lineup.
former. Yeah. We know what you're talking about there. And look, what was it like for you when you guys get back over there and now you're recording Carnival is Forever, and none of this is even your lyrics. So what's it like for you as a singer to record this album with them when you couldn't really put a whole hell of a lot of... Yeah, go ahead.
I still go back to compare to this to military service. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's funny, but, you know, when I got back to the band, you know, I've been fresh. And all the guys, we've been like fresh lineup. So all the bands and all, you know, like business you start, you need to know each other. You know what I mean? You need to get to know each other, and it takes a time. So when I start to record like Carnival is Forever, it was like 8-9 months in a band. Like I just did like couple tours, and I didn't wanted to write lyrics even, you know?
Yeah.
Because the lyrics were written by the guy who is a really smart journalist, you know, from Poland. The guy who played with the first... Vok and he, they play in the first band ever, like Vok had. So it was Lux Occulta. You can check it. It's a great band. So this guy is a really smart guy, and he knew Decapitated, he knew Vok. So... he knew how to write these lyrics, you know. He knew the band better than me even, you know, at this time. So we decided to choose this guy to write the lyrics. And after Carnival is Forever, you know, we got back with Blood Mantra, and it was the right time for me to write the first album for Decapitated as a, you know, lyric author. So I think it's a good decision, you know, because I had the time to feel the spirit of this band, you know, to get you know, to get some influences, to get some more experience. What about to write, you know, what should I write in these lyrics? So I think it was a good decision.
Yeah, and actually now that you put it that way, it made it a little bit easier for you to at least get that recording experience with all of them together as a band. I mean, it's one thing when you're going out playing live on their road, and if somebody fucks up here and there, nobody even cares because the audience is all drunk and shit anyways. But when you're right there in the studio, I could see where you might have been, I don't know, maybe a little relieved, and, you know, you could just practice your styling and how you fit in with there. And then by the time Blood Mantra came out, everything was all hunky-dory.
Yeah, it was something like that, you know. The first record is like, you know, you shit in your pants. Because like, okay, tour is a tour. You go on tour, people see you, you sing, blah, 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 and you talk with the people, it's okay, yeah? Some of them accept you, some of them don't like you, whatever. But you put the record, you know, you put yourself on a plate, like, okay, judge, you know, and then there is a tough thing to, you know, to do it right. And for me, even recording vocals was okay for this time, you know, because I was, you know, I was stressed about it. It was the first record. Of course, I wanted to do it, but, you know, it was okay to do only vocals, you know, because I knew the guy who wrote the lyrics is a smart guy, and he will do a great job, and he did. I love these lyrics, of course. Like my Homo Sum is my favorite lyric ever from Decapitated. So I love it. Nice name, by the way. So
when you did this Blood Mantra, and here you are writing all the lyrics, so how did you, you know, this being your first, you know, album with them that you participate your 100% in, how did you approach this? I mean, where did you pull these lyrics from, and what were your inspiration for these lyrics and stuff?
I can say, like, usual life is my great no, but it's all about, you know, you go on tour, you see other bands that you play with, and you talk with people, you get some experiences, you know, take some influences from the other bands, reading various things like newspapers, reading books, watching movies, watching people on the street, and this is the inspiration, you know. Like I also, you know, been reading a lot of old lyrics, like Pig, Sauron. He was a great writer. He's a smart guy, you know, so I wanted also, you know, like, do something like bridge between my lyrics and the former Decapitated lyrics, you know, like the same topic, but from the different side, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's cool. And were you happy? Now, once you finished this and you heard the final product and you heard yourself with the band, were you happy with that final product? Was it a proud moment for you?
Yeah, of course. There is always like you listen the first time that you record it, it's like I don't want to listen to it anymore, you know, because you spend like couple months in a studio working on it, so you're tired of this. But after some time, you need to take it takes a time, you know, to go back to this material and you play it without any, you know, like this feelings, like spare feelings, like okay, it was in the studio, I remember this part. No, I can't listen to it. You know, you just throw it out and then you listen as an album. You listen it as an album, and it works. For me, it works, yeah. It's a different kind of Decapitated, but still the same spirit, and kind of groovy Decapitated. Yeah, this album was produced to make some groovy songs for playing live, and I think it works. It works really good live.
Well, you know, I was going to say listening to it is nice, too, because it is, like you said, it's got a heavier groove to it, but it's super diverse, you know what I mean? It's not just, you know, all groove. I mean, there's like little elements of everything in there. You got some little black metal shit, you got your little death metal shit, you got your technical shit, and it's all kind of wrapped up into this one package called Decapitated. And with you in there, you know, at first, like everybody else, of course the world is going to be skeptical. That's just our nature,
you know? They always skeptical. That's
what I was going to say. Of course everybody's going to be skeptical because that's our first nature, because we don't know what to expect. We're used to something, and then, you know, as far as we're concerned...
Surely you remember, like, one of your favorite bands just change the direction.
Yes! And
you always complain, like, no.
No, it's true. See, you know, too.
It's usual,
Yeah, and of course, with you coming in there as a singer, you know, like everybody is like, oh, God. And then, you know, I'm super sensitive to it. I'm always like, oh, my God, that poor fucking guy. Here he is. There was this big, huge media shit when everything went down, and then here you are coming in, and we're like, oh, God. But it worked. And it's like you said, after we heard the first album, you know, that you sang on, we were all like, okay, you know, maybe this isn't going to be so bad, you know, this sounds great. And then by the time Blood Mantra came out, I was already like, I love them still. And then when that album came out with you writing the lyrics now, that's when I was like, okay, these guys are going to be fine now, just as long as there's no more lineup changes, we're good.
Yeah, it's always the same, you know. I remember like 90s, it was 90s or the beginning of 2000 something. Sepultura, they lost Max Cavalera, So, you know, when the new guy, Derek Green, when he came to the band, I was like skeptical as fuck, you know, what the fuck is that guy doing there, you know? And after some new albums, after a couple albums, I loved it. I saw them live a couple times, you know, with the new lineup. It's amazing band still. So, you know, it takes a time always. And of course, it was a motivation for me. You know, when people started to complain, I was more like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't like, I'm sorry. I was more like, you know, I will show you fuckers.
Yeah.
So it was worth to work for it.
And you did. You showed them, because now it's like you said, everything is okay. And you went through all that and you don't have to worry about that shit anymore.
Wait till the next album.
No, the next one's going to be even... No, it's going to be even greater after we heard this one, when we know you guys put so much more into it. Now we're excited for the next one. But before we get to the next album, you got a big freaking tour coming up. The beginning of February. And it looks like... I mean, yeah, the beginning of February, right? In the beginning of next month?
Hopefully
I don't even know what... Yeah, hopefully you're back here. And then looking at your schedule, you guys are like non-freaking stop through the beginning of summer. So when you come over here to do the North American tour, who are some of the other bands that you're going to be playing with, and when does it all start up and wrap up?
Yeah, the one band I know is like Black Breath, something like this. They kind of good band, like kind of trashy metal, death metal, you know, like good mix. I think they fit us, you know. And the other bands, like the half of the tour, the last half of the tour, the second one is with At the Gates. We're supporting them, so I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's an amazing band. I love them.
Yeah, they are
And
good, yeah.
we'll be good tour, because we're hungry of playing. We lost this Soulfly tour. We really wanted to go there, You know how it is, and you sit at home. You said, you just spend time at home. Like, I want to play. It's like addictive. So really hungry of playing, and we want to make it amazing tour.
Yeah,
And I think we'll be.
I was going to say, hopefully everything's in order and you can get over here because you're playing pretty extensively over here and in Canada.
I think we'll be good. This time we are well prepared,
Well, that's good to
Keep
know.
your fingers crossed.
And then, like I said, as soon as you leave here and you go back, you're touring all over the...
Yeah, quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah, now do you guys got some festivals and shit going on during the
UK
summer?
tour straight after the US.
Yeah.
Older part, yeah. We'll be good. I'm looking forward, I love playing live and I love spend time on tour. This is my life, my way of life, and this is the best part of being a musician, when you can show your music live to the people, it's amazing.
All over the world.
And
Now,
of course playing in the US is one of the best places to play metal shows,
Of course.
This country has grown on rock and roll music, rock music, so when you just go on stage, I know that will be like that. I will go on stage in Denver, the first show, and I will just be happy. The most happy guy on the world.
Well, Denver is a good place to start off because everybody's going to be happy in Denver.
Yeah.
Colorado, where the medicinal marijuana and marijuana laws are free and everybody's smoking and everybody's high. You could suck and they're still going to be happy, so I wouldn't worry about that show at all.
We even can play reggae there.
So now, didn't you play some cool places anyways? I mean, didn't you hit Asia or something?
Yeah, we hit Asia once. It was 2012 or 13, something like that. It was an amazing tour. We've been in Nepal.
Yeah.
It was 5 or 6 shows.
Wow.
We finished at Japan with Fear Factory, 3 shows with Fear Factory. It was great. And then we went to Indonesia.
Wow.
Philippines. It was amazing, yeah. Like different kind of world, like different dimension.
Yeah, I was going to say that must have been one hell of a culture shock for you.
Yeah, I started to be a Buddhist after this. I'm just kidding, but for a while, for sure. You see all these people like totally different than Western kind of, civilization. Like, wow, you compare yourself to them, like, oh, you feel so small. It's amazing.
And then, all the different weird foods and shit. It must have been really exciting,
Yeah. It's a great part of touring. Food is a huge great part of touring. We like to eat.
Yeah, good. Yeah, we all do. So, before we go, you mentioned, a little thing about writing. Are you guys doing some writing along the way? I mean, are you always doing some kind of writing?
Yeah, that we started to do some ideas for the songs. Yeah, I started to write the lyrics. I cannot, tell you the plans now.
No. But you're always thinking about it.
But we started to do something. When you really think over the new album, and there are some ideas. Even at the last rehearsal, we play some. Sounds good for me. Sounds good. So like the first riffs sounds good. Of course, Vogue is the main creator of the music. He's composer, and it's good because he's still doing this decapitated spirit inside, so it's cool.
Right.
And I do the lyrics, all the guys help with the sounds and notes for this album, so it's cool.
No, I was going to say Blood Mantra didn't come out that long ago, so it's not like you guys are like, oh my god.
Yeah, we still have some time.
Yeah, you still got some time. Yeah, so we're not gonna push it just yet, but we will if you take too much time.
Yeah, but it's time. I think it's time to start to
think
of the album and start to work and being focused on making some new music.
And being on tour is a great time to do that. In between stops, some of those travels are long on the road.
Yeah, but honestly, for me, the biggest influence as a writer and as a vocalist, whatever, is being on tour with the other bands. For example, we've been on tour with Lamb of God or Meshuggah. You look at the guys and you can catch some, ideas, maybe not ideas, but you learn how to do it right, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which sounds are cool, what kind of songs works, because these bands are bigger than us, so you can learn a lot. And it's cool stuff. I love it. I need some influence now.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's nice.
I want to go on tour, seriously. I'm hungry of touring.
Well, it's nice to go out there, like you said, with these bands that have been around forever, just to, like you said, see these people. I mean,
like older brothers, I mean?
Yes.
They know how to do it right, so...
Right, so it's like, yep.
Of course, you got your own idea for the music,
Sure.
but still can learn a lot from them.
Yep. All right, you know what? I'm going to let you get going. Thank you for taking the time to tell us about yourself,
pleasure.
what's going on with the band. And when you get this new album out, whenever you get it out, we'll have you back on the show and you could tell us all about it and all about all the lyrics you wrote for it.
Yeah, good news, Thank you for everything, and see you soon, I hope, on one of the shows, yeah?